Well, good morning. Thank you for coming out today. We're glad to be here with Dawn Jordan as our 2023 Artists in Residence for our Preserving Culture and Community Through Art and History on the Erie Canal. It's being sponsored today by Lock 52 and Montezuma Historical Societies. And I'm very happy to announce the soon-to-be Old Mentz Heritage Center. We're in the process of merging together through the State Education Department, and we're very pleased that we've been able to make this arrangement. Mike Riley, historian for the town of Montezuma, myself, Cheryl Longyear from Mentz. Sorry, Mike, but you spend a lot of time in Montezuma. And myself from Montezuma hope to share with you and how Dawn has made a difference for our communities and has giving her the opportunity to share with us her experience in creating public art. When we began discussing plans for the art exhibit featuring artists' paintings of the Erie Canal sites from our two communities, we had no idea it would bring us here today with this amazing collection of canal-themed paintings. Before we knew it, one painting turned into another, and the exhibit began to grow. Joyce Biz has curated, with the help of Chuck Biz, to hang the exhibit expertly. The Latin word curare means to care for. The exhibit itself is a way of artfully laying out and caring for this exhibit. We hope you get a chance to see it before leaving today. If not, come back and visit us again. We will be open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3 p.m. and by special appointment on Saturdays between now and September 16th. Before we get into our discussion with Dawn, I would like to acknowledge the funding sources that have made possible the 2023 series of programs and exhibit. We're very grateful for funding received from the statewide Community Re-Grants Program, a re-grant program of the New York State Council on Arts and the support of the Office of the Governor and the New York State Legislature, administered by the Auburn Public Theater, and also the Cayuga County Office of Tourism. We are also grateful to several organizations and community friends who have loaned pieces as noted next to each painting. The Erie Canal was called the Information Highway. It transported people and goods, ideas across New York State that led to the dynamic, rapid expansion of our country. Today, along the same route, murals are connecting the stories in individual communities portrayed through murals as public art. Dawn Jordan has played an important part in dotting our rural countrysides with murals that are unique and colorful depictions of historic scenes. Each one brings to life the richness and diversity of our community's local culture and history. Together, each community's murals communicates and creates a new visual landmark that anchors our collective identity. Together, the trail of murals Dawn has created strings a thread through our towns and villages. I can't help but think every time I pass by the corner down here in Port Byron and see that mural, how often we're on our way, we're going someplace, we're thinking about our day, we're thinking about our to-do list, and just kind of take it for granted that that mural is there. But when you stop and think, what would it be without that mural? It has given us an identity and would be really something that would be missing in our community to acknowledge the history that we've had here. So Dawn, if you could start us off with a discussion of how you came to create murals, and starting, of course, with the first one you did in this area was the Port Byron Tanners Dry Dock, and then I'll ask Mike to follow up with what he can explain a little bit about the brief history of the site and why it was so important to our community during the Erie Canal era. So Dawn?
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Cheryl, and thank you for all the work that everybody has done for this building. Is just amazing. And I'm really happy to be here. This is the first time I've done anything like this. And what I want to talk about right now is my first mural, because when I was first asked to do this mural, I said, yeah, I can do that. I'd done some inside murals, but I'd never done one outside before. So really it was sort of a leap of faith. And then when the girls that, actually they had a grant for this. I'm forgetting their names right now.
Mary Redmond, Stephanie Mills.
Right. And
There was one other.
Karen Lily Thomas.
Yep.
Yeah, so, and Carrie Lily Thomas had taken my job at the college. I had been a graphic artist there. So she knew I'd done some murals. So that's why she asked me. So that's originally how I got asked. So yeah, I could do an outdoor mural. So we came to Port Byron, and I remember looking around. We were over by the firehouse, and I looked over at the Pen and Saver. I said, well, how about that building? And I remember somebody said, well, there's windows in it. And I said, well, maybe I can work around the windows. So anyways, and a lot of people to this day don't realize there's windows in that building. So I was able to do that. But so I researched the canal, and that's when I first found out more about the canal, and just how interesting it was. And the pictures I just found fascinating. So after I found the pictures of 52 Lock, I decided I wanted to make it colorful and vibrant about the heyday. And so I found some pictures of boats. Of course, these were all black and white, and a lot of the people were very clear. So I had to use models and pictures that I had to put people to come to life. And then in the Port Byron, can I just grab my little... So I just brought this, I put together some pieces here just to show. If you look at this, you can kind of see some of the progress. And how I did the mural was I graphed it out like a grid, and then using the pictures, I placed them and trying to fit them around the windows. The two figures in the front, which a lot of people realize now they're my kids at the time. My thinking was not because I wanted to put my kids in the mural, but I wanted it to be a story about how young people would view the canal at the time, because you can imagine 200 years ago there wasn't vehicles, there wasn't machinery, and how fascinating it would have been to see just the whole geography around you change when they were digging this canal. And so my thought with the two boys was like the dreamer and the thinker, and how they would have viewed what was happening at the time, even now at the time. I mean, I don't even want to drive to Albany to Buffalo, let alone dig a ditch, so I just can't imagine how amazing it must have been. So that's pretty much the Port Byron. And I want to say too, so it's my favorite, not only because it's my first, but because where it's located, it's kind of a noisy corner. And I remember when I first started, I thought, what did I get myself into? And especially I'd climb up the scaffolding and a brush would fall and I'd get down, pick it up. And I was like, I don't know if I can pull this off. And then the first time somebody was beeping and they said, good job. And I remember I'm thinking, are they talking to me? And I'm thinking, well, probably not. They're probably not talking about the guy pumping gas. So then it happened a few more times, and so that really fueled my passion to move ahead. Of course, I had to do it, but
Yeah.
that really got me through.
Encouraged you.
And so that, and I think there hasn't been any other mural where I had people, driving by that would do that sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
so that's all I really got to say about that.
Are there any questions for Dawn about the Port Byron mural or anything else about her process? And
Yeah, I didn't really say much about the paint. Oh, go
Have
ahead.
you done any in any other towns?
Yes. Yep.
Have
what
you
was the
done
question?
any
I
at
didn't hear.
Fairfield?
Oh, so she asked if I've done any in any other towns. So as far as exterior, I've done a lot of interior, but exterior, from say west to east, it would be Macedon. There's a mural. It's in the park at the canal. Then there's one in Lyons, which is a mural of the peppermint
Factory.
factory, right? Then the next one over would be the Montezuma Park, of course, in the Montezuma Trail,
Right.
and then Port Byron, and then the embankment between Port Byron and Weedsport, and then Jordan. So, and then there's also a mural at the Camillus,
Side.
Erie Canal Park.
yeah, but actually that's inside. So although those are the outside ones, and then I have like a mural at a winery that's outside. But so yeah, there's a few. That's my string. I guess you were talking about. That was
Yeah,
very nice.
about 60 miles along the Erie Canal from Macedon to Camillus. So.
Oh, and I also want to thank Joyce, because Joyce has been a great supporter, of course, of all the work she's done here. But Joyce actually came down when I had to go over to Port Byron and fix a couple years ago because the bottom is crumbling and the one character is crumbling, and I had to fix that. But I remember Joyce came over and yeah, because there really hasn't been funds for repairs. Though I do say I remember when they got the grant for this, which was I think it was $2,500. There was a questionnaire, and one of the questions was, well, how long is this gonna last? Like that was gonna, and I'm thinking, well, you pay, you give people money to play for an hour in the park.
Yeah.
I mean, that lasts an hour. Hopefully my mural will last longer.
Yeah,
than
that's
that.
a good point.
But anyways, yeah, so it's been almost 20 years.
Anyone else?
I have to point out that you also contributed to the mural in Butler with the Antoinette Brown.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
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 Oh, that's
Don't
right.
forget about Antoinette.
Okay. Yeah, that was a quick little side thing there. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any others? Okay.
Joyce.
2 cents. We have another large space in town
Mhm.
that Cheryl and I have been looking at for a future Port Byron.
Yeah, we
mural.
got our eyes set out on something else.
We've,
For plans for Dawn.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. So, Mike, do you want to tell us a little bit about the Tanner's Dry Dock? And
Well, I don't want to bore everybody with a lot of canal history, but it was the O.B. Tanner and Andrew Shetler when it was originally built. It was Mr. Tanner and Mr. Shetler.